Hey guys, how's it going, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be looking at some ridiculous ranked games played by TRK and Nwpo, two of the best 2v2 players in the world, especially when they queue ranked together. Nearly getting a 1-2 passing play from point blank range there, but not quite working out. But yeah, right now these guys are sitting at rank 1 and 3 respectively in the twos leaderboard. Nwpo rank 1, TRK rank 3, and they've played a lot of their climb together, either on stream. You can catch some of those games, or on ballchasing.com where I found these ones. But it really is astonishing what they're able to do to genuinely great players. These players that they're up against are players who have made RLCS main events in EU this season recently. Oh, a nice play there is actually at the near post, not resulting in a goal, but forcing a nice post pinch save there. Not post pinch really, but little inside of the post hit by TRK to get clear. But Davuf and Grama are two very solid players, two very high rated players, and they're actually up 1-0 off a nice play there by Davuf, double tapping it in on TRK's head, and they do take a 1-0 lead. But yeah, these guys have a relentless playstyle. TRK and Nwpo, when they play, constant attack, constant offense, constant risk taking, you know, constant limit testing. They don't hold back, and it does result in some very high scoring games, some very entertaining games to watch, and you're going to see plenty of those in today's video. So far, Grama and Davuf are holding their own. I mean, everybody knows these guys. They would definitely have played against them before. They know what they're up against, and here comes Davuf looking for a 1v2 play. TRK kept an eye on Grama's approach as he tried to clear that ball to safety. The Italians off to a great start here, 1-0, and keeping the pressure on the Saudi duo. Can they add another goal to their tally? Grama's up for it. I mean, this is it's one of the ways to fight with aggression is to just use aggression yourself. It's one of the ways to play against high ping players. You'll see TRK and Nwpo do have high ping. Well, you know they're going to go because they've got high ping, so they don't really have a choice. They can't wait and see what you're going to do. It's just harder to play like that. So if you know they're going to go, then you can just go as well. What a play to go 2-0 up by the Italians. You guys might be wondering, well, what's going on here? You said you're going to make a video all about TRK and Nwpo's 2v2. They're 2-0 down. What are we watching? But trust me, just keep your eyes peeled. There's going to be explosivity for days. They do get one goal back here, straight off the kickoff, but that's something you're going to see plenty when you watch these guys play. They've got lots of kickoff strats they like to go for, fakes, bumps, and you know, winning the kickoff to the sides, losing the kickoff to the sides, back into the corners, and you know, creating volatility like that does seem to favor their play style, putting the opponents in positions where they're just not used to being in as they go 2-2 again off a kickoff pressure play. That's what they do. They just don't allow the game to get into midfield play. They don't allow the opponents to establish their boost control, get into a proper rotation, and they just immediately pounce on any small openings that they might have. There's another one that's off the bar for TRK. Grama just valiantly defending the back corner boost, but Davuf couldn't get goal side of the ball as Nwpo puts in a third goal. And just like that, Nwpo's got a hat-trick, TRK's got 3 assists, and they're ahead. And all those goals were quickly off kickoffs. They weren't direct kickoff goals. This one will be, though. What a beautiful kickoff by Nwpo. We're going to actually rewind that and look at what he did, because this is, precise. It might look a bit, random that the ball's just gone right back to TRK like this, but look at TRK. So we know he's soft cheating behind, and precision. Just not a hard loss, not a dead ball. Just perfectly losing the ball back towards a teammate who is soft cheating off to the right there. Really. So precise to pull that off, and there's not much you can do about it if you don't see it coming. And the Italians going to try and fight back with a kickoff strat of their own. They do get possession off the back of this. Nwpo's out of the game, but at least managed to force Grama to briefly lose control of his play. That did allow TRK to reposition, wait for that mid boost to respawn, and now they get right back to doing what they do best. Now this might be the first time in a while that we've reached midfield play where everybody in the pitch at least had a chance to establish boost control, get into position. It's not like these guys can't score from those positions either, as again, TRK just flicks it over the top, and it is 5-2. I mean, the scoring just does not stop. But Grama and Davuf hold on. They've decided that there's plenty of time left in the clock to try and start a comeback, and in 2v2 this is totally viable. 3v3 a bit harder to get 3 goals in this kind of time frame. 2v2 definitely not that out of the question. They got to get something going soon, as they're right now in the worst possible position. TRK and Nwpo are about to make it 6. Oh, what a pass. Double tap center ball for TRK. Nwpo there for the finish, and that is a forfeit. But yeah, we're gonna have plenty more games today. Let's get to the second one, see what TRK and Nwpo get up to. Alright, second game. Let's take a look at Nwpo POV. This time they're up against Grama and Velocity. So this time Grama's back in the lobby. This time he doesn't have his Italian teammate Davuf with him, but he does have Velocity, an English player who I'm not actually sure. Did he play in SSA this season at some point? I can't remember if that's the case. I don't want to just wildly throw that comment out there, so I'm going to look it up on my second monitor while I continue to cover this game for you guys. But Velocity is a very high-rated player. He's going to pop up in games of any high-rated EU ranked streamer that you see on the regular. But yeah, I was correct. He did play the SSA Open Qualifier. Very naughty boy for the second split here. Open Qual 4, 5, and 6. Best finish was the top 4. Yeah, Velocity, what you doing? Get back in Europe where you belong. Why are you queuing SSA, RLCS? Shameful behavior. Meanwhile, trk and Nwpo already up by 1. This time starting off with a lead. And Nwpo's one of the most frantic players that you're going to be able to watch in Rocket League. He just darts around the pitch. He synergizes brilliantly with trk because trk knows exactly how Nwpo plays. He knows that if Nwpo can turn on a ball, he will turn on a ball. If he can go, he will go, and he'll always have enough boost, enough momentum to make it if he looks like he's moving in that direction. From what I've seen though, it doesn't look like these guys play with comms. I've seen quite a few of their games on stream. I know sometimes they play with comms. trk occasionally does like an annual stream, and you can hear them all sitting in Discord chatting away. But they use a ton of quick chat between each other. I'm not sure if they're just trolling and pretending to their viewers that they're not coming. And actually the whole time they are. They're just pretending not to be by using quick chat. But yeah, it is worth noting. They use quick chat a ton. So I think they probably are not in comms a lot of the time. They're just reading each other very well because they've got so much play time together, especially in ranked. Now trk, in his role in the team, is a bit more of the solid player. But, for the law of averages, when you look at trk's playstyle, you would definitely consider him to be more on the aggressive side of the spectrum. But compared to Nwpo, he does take more of a second man role in 2v2, letting Nwpo go whenever possible and really just shine doing what he does best. But it's trk who gets to the score sheet here for 2-0. They're really just circling around the midfield here, denying clears, intercepting balls, not really allowing Velocity and Grama to establish an attack. They're 7 shots to 1 at the moment. And obviously they do have an advantage just being actual pre-made teammates and being as talented as they are, running into 2 players who are just randomly queuing together. But nice play there by Velocity as he dusts Nwpo, who will go in these situations. Remember last game I said when you play against high ping players, they're going to go a lot of the time because they don't want to sit back and read your play. They don't want to sit back and react to their play. They're just going to go. So if you know that, you can also just go a lot of the time and beat them to the ball because you've got that ping advantage. That's what Velocity did there. Knew Nwpo might dive, just shot the ball in, and Nwpo responds before I can even finish explaining that with a nice little shot to the bottom corner. So 3-1. trk has Nwpo in field here to look for. Nwpo bashes the post there, didn't mean to, of course. He also didn't want to hit it close to the goalkeeper though. A somewhat nice back pass there by trk. Did put Nwpo in a bit of an awkward spot, but trk being boostless in that position, he needed to do something with the ball. Couldn't really pressure an opponent if he gave the possession away. Oh, what a pass. trk reset to Nwpo. And look how far up the pitch they are when they're ready to support each other's plays. Full faith that the outplays are coming. And even on a 2-goal advantage, they're pressing for more. That is what they do. They don't stop. They just keep on pressing. Goals, goals, goals. Doesn't matter how many goals they're ahead by. They are going to keep playing for more. Now, I'm not sure if they would do that. And in fact, I've seen them play last year at Gamers 8. They were a bit more conservative, albeit still very aggressive compared to your average Pro 2's level team. They weren't quite as balls to the wall crazy at Gamers 8 as they are in Ranked. In Ranked, they just really do not care. It's a miracle they can at Rank 1 just playing as risky as they do. But then again, it kind of makes sense. Oh, that's going to be another one, isn't it? Flip reset into the middle. It's a Nwpo hat trick. And Velocity and Grama are down by 4. And not only that, they're going to forfeit. It seems like 4 goals is just the ranked number. You're down by 4. Time to get out of there. But that's not all. Let's look at another game. Because I didn't have to scroll very far before I found another ridiculous game played by these two that I wanted to show you guys. Alright, let's get into game 3. We're going to do something a little bit different for this one. We're going to watch from the opponent POV. We're going to be on Mira POV. Mira and Nugget getting the very unfortunate matchup here of going into trk and Nwpo. Let's see what it looks like to play against these guys. When you're just a random queuing 2's team. Nugget, of course, famously or perhaps infamously part of the banned YMC Young Money Clan roster, who also played in SSA instead of Europe. Or actually, I looked up Nugget's profile on Wikipedia. It says England, Italy, Peru, tri-national. Didn't know that was possible to get a combination of those 3 nationalities, but well played. Very tricky. Oh, what a shot to kick things off by Nwpo. I mean, yeah, when he pulls off something like that, you just gotta save. All right, fair enough. That's in the top corner. Not much we could have done there. And then you just move on. But remember what I told you about kickoff goals? Yeah, there's another one. They just get pounced on before you can even get boost. They're all over you, and it's in your net. It didn't really feel like there was all that much we could have done in either of those plays after landing out of position, out of boost. And you can see the pressure getting to Mira here, who's obviously a very high-rated player, to be running into the rank 1 and rank 3 players in the ladder right now. All these games I've showed you, by the way, in this video, happened in the past week, so they're all very recent. And yeah, you don't get into lobbies with rank 1 players unless you're way up there in the ladder yourself. The TRK ceiling reset, looking for the little double tap off the floor. Does go off target though, but not before TRK can take the boost away and start to advance again. Mira might have crept a bit forward here. Does make an awkward touch to the side to try and slow TRK and Nwpo down. Also forces TRK high with the next touch. That's good play to try and keep them at bay. And now a chance for Mira to get something going here. Past Nwpo. Ceiling reset. Oh, that would have been beautiful. Had the backboard triple landed as well. Not quite. I mean, that would have been a goal for the highlight reel. Anyone's highlight reel to put that one past TRK and Nwpo. But it just wasn't meant to be. Now here come Saudis the other way. TRK is trying to bait an ill-advised challenge. Mira holding ground for now. Yeah, you can see that there's just constant pressure. Whenever our POV here, whenever we look up, we're being pressured from somewhere. Whether it's somebody from behind demoing us, somebody from the side bumping us, or somebody in front pre-jumping or challenging. I mean, there just doesn't seem to be any windows. I think we had that one window to pull off an absolute world-class goal. Other than that, there really hasn't been that many opportunities. TRK is just going to deflect that ball to the side. I mean, where are the scoring chances? You really just don't see very many. And as soon as you leave your defense for a second, it's in the net. 3-0, and we're just outside of halftime here. Desperate situation for the underdogs. Yeah, it really does look like not a lot of fun to play against. Nwpo trying to make it 4 here. Denied well by Mira. You should be able to pick up the boost and maybe get the save. Oh, that's a good save on the scramble back with Nugget. Has also committed. And it's just a constant feeling of pressure. Constant fear. Nugget just seeing ghosts here. Dancing around in the corner. Just assuming that there's a challenge happening even when there isn't one. Lean back reset by Nwpo. Looking to pop it over Nugget. Everybody's running out of boost here on the blue side. He's trying to hang on in defense. TRK now knocks it downwards. Nugget's done well there to get it clear. But it does seem like survival mode most of the time. Can they get something going? No, TRK blocks it even with low boost. And just manages to get up in time, Mira, to stop yet another goal from going in. But for how long? As there's a 4th goal. And you already know what that means. It's 4 goals. That seems to be a forfeit against TRK and Nwpo. So they've won all 3 games in today's videos. Actually, the only games I could see on ball chasing where they were both teamed together, so I didn't have to really search very far here. The only games on ball chasing right now, they've played tons together, but the only ones that are uploaded on ball chasing, they won by 4 goals. And yeah, they're currently ranked 1 and 3, and it makes sense. Absolutely terrified to play against. If you guys like the opponent POV game 3, let me know in the comments. That's something I don't usually do. I usually just tend to show the POVs of the players we're talking about in whatever video we're looking at. But if you guys like the opponent POV, get a different feel for the gameplay, get a different feel for the matchup, then yeah, let me know. I'll maybe look to do that again in the future. That's all we're going to take a look at for today, though, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed these ranked games. And yeah, I love watching these guys play. Love watching high-level 2s. So if there's any more high-level 2s matches pop up on the radar, I'll be sure to let you guys know. For now, though, appreciate you guys tuning in, and I'll catch you next time.